Imagine waking up on Bondi Beach, watching surfers catch waves, then 3 months later you're swimming in Darwin's crocodile-infested waters. Then 3 months later, you're spending your weekend partying with backpackers from 50 different countries in Melbourne's famous hostel scene.
That's Australia, mate. And we're about to break down every single major city.
What's up, everyone? I'm Jack. Today, we're giving you the ultimate city guide for backpackers. We're talking Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Darwin, Alice Springs, Adelaide, and Perth. Everything you need to know about the vibe, the party scene, the unique experiences, and what makes each place absolutely legendary.
Right. And we're starting with the obvious one.
Sydney. Look, everyone goes to Sydney first, and honestly, there's a reason for that. This city has everything: iconic landmarks, incredible beaches, and a backpacker scene that's absolutely mental.
Bentel is right. The first thing that hits you is obviously the Opera House and Harbor Bridge.
But what backpackers really love is Bondi Beach. It's like the unofficial backpacker headquarters. Every morning, you'll see people doing sunrise yoga. Then by noon, it's packed with travelers sharing stories and planning their next move.
Yeah, and Coogee Beach Walk is incredible.
The hostel scene in Sydney is unmatched. King's Cross, Potts Point, Surrey Hills, these areas are backpacker central. You'll meet people from literally everywhere, and there's always something happening.
Right. And for jobs, hospitality is huge. Bars, restaurants, cafes are always hiring. Construction work is everywhere if you've got experience. The work scene here is intense, but the connections you make are incredible.
The energy here is electric. Picture this. You wake up to the sound of waves crashing, grab a coffee from a hole-in-the-wall cafe where the barista knows everyone's name, then spend your afternoon cliff jumping at Clovelly or catching a ferry just for the views. The social scene is insane. Rooftop bars with harbor views, beach volleyball tournaments where everyone's invited, and those legendary Sunday sessions at the Rock.
Exactly. Best time to visit is March to May or September to November. Summer's great for beaches, but it's peak tourist season.
Pros of Sydney: incredible location, amazing beaches, tons of backpackers to meet, great job opportunities. Cons: it's intensely busy, super crowded, and sometimes feels too touristy.
Fun fact about Sydney, the Harbor Bridge has more rivets than the Eiffel Tower, over 6 million of them.
Now, let's talk Melbourne. If Sydney's Australia's pretty face, Melbourne is its creative soul. This city has a completely different vibe.
Oh, Melbourne. The coffee culture here is insane.
The laneways are incredible, covered in street art, tiny cafes. You could spend weeks just exploring the city center. And the music scene? Every night there's live music somewhere.
Right. And the St. Kilda area is where a lot of backpackers stay. It's got this bohemian beachy vibe, and Ackland Street is perfect for people watching.
Melbourne's backpacker scene is more alternative than Sydney's. People come here for the culture, the arts, the festivals. You'll find travelers who are into photography, music, theater.
Right. And the job market is fantastic. Heaps of cafe work, and Melbourne's restaurant scene is massive. Plus, lots of creative industries if you've got skills in that area.
What makes Melbourne special is how it rewards exploration. You'll discover speakeasy bars hidden behind unmarked doors, stumble upon street musicians who sound like they should be headlining festivals, and find yourself in conversations about art with random strangers at 2 a.m. The lanes feel alive. Every corner cafe has its own personality. But here's the kicker. Melbourne's weather is absolutely mental. 4 seasons in one day is no joke.
So true. Best time to visit is definitely summer, December to February. Winter can be pretty grim.
Pros of Melbourne: incredible culture, amazing food scene, endless hidden discoveries, great nightlife. Cons: the weather's unpredictable and it's not as beach-focused as other cities.
Fun fact, Melbourne has more live music venues per capita than any other city in the world. Music lovers, this is your city.
Next up, Brisbane. This is Australia's underrated gem. It's like Sydney's laid-back younger sibling who's figured out the perfect balance between urban excitement and rivertown tranquility.
Brisbane's got such a chill vibe. The South Bank area is beautiful. Free lagoon right in the city center.
And Brisbane's your gateway to some incredible destinations. You're 2 hours from the Gold Coast, 2 hours from Byron Bay, and it's your jumping off point for Fraser Island and the Whitsunday.
The backpacker scene here is more relaxed. Fortitude Valley is the party district, and there are tons of hostels around West End in the city center.
Job opportunities are solid. Lots of hospitality work, and Brisbane's growing tech scene means more opportunities in that sector too. Plus, it's close to rural areas if you want to try farm work.
The vibe here is pure Australian chill. Story Bridge lights up like a rainbow at sunset. The Wheel of Brisbane gives you panoramic views that'll blow your mind. And the riverfront comes alive with buskers, food trucks, and spontaneous beach volleyball games. Plus, those artificial beaches in the city center, you can literally surf in downtown Brisbane. How mental is that?
Brisbane's subtropical, so it's warm year-round. Best time is April to September when it's dry season. Summer can be hot and humid with storms. People love the drama of it.
Pros of Brisbane: relaxed atmosphere, great weather, perfect location for exploring, gateway to incredible destinations. Cons: not as internationally recognized, smaller backpacker scene compared to Sydney and Melbourne.
Here's a wild fact. Brisbane's Story Bridge is the only bridge in the world where you can climb to the top and see the city skyline. It's like Sydney's bridge climb, but with a completely different perspective. You get 360-degree views of the river, mountains, and coastline all at once. Plus, the experience feels way more intimate and personal.
Now let's talk about Darwin. This is where things get really interesting. Darwin is like Australia's wild frontier town.
Darwin is mental. It's hot, humid, tropical, and absolutely incredible. You've got crocodiles, incredible thunderstorms, and some of the most unique experiences in Australia.
The Mindale beach markets are legendary. Every Thursday and Sunday, the whole beach transforms into this massive cultural festival.
And you're right next to Kakadu National Park and Litchfield, some of the most incredible wilderness in the world. Swimming holes, waterfalls, ancient rock art. This is Crocodile Dundee territory. That's not a knife, this is a knife.
The backpacker scene is smaller but super tight-knit. Everyone knows everyone, and the community vibe is incredible.
Jobs here are interesting. Lots of tourism work, some construction, and if you're brave enough, crocodile tour guiding. The opportunities are unique because it's so remote and specialized.
The atmosphere here is unlike anywhere else. Picture eating Asian street food while watching a crocodile sunset cruise, or joining locals for their daily dip at Mindale Beach, where clothing is optional and judgment is non-existent. The humidity creates this almost dream-like haze over everything. And when those legendary storms roll in, people actually party outdoors to watch nature's light show.
Best time to visit is definitely dry season, May to September. Wet season is intense, massive storms, flooding, extreme humidity, but some people love the drama of it.
Pros of Darwin: unique experiences, incredible nature, tight community, adventure opportunities. Cons: isolated, extreme weather, limited job variety.
Fun fact, Darwin gets more lightning strikes than anywhere else in Australia. The storms here are absolutely spectacular.
Alice Springs. Now, this is the real outback experience. Alice Springs sits right in the heart of Australia, and it's unlike anywhere else.
Alice Springs is your base for exploring Uluru, Kings Canyon, and the McDonnell Ranges. The landscape is just mind-blowing. Red rocks, ancient gorges, and sunsets that'll make you cry.
The telegraph station is fascinating. You can learn about the old communication lines across Australia.
The backpacker scene here is small but passionate. People come here for adventure. Camel trekking, hot air ballooning, four-wheel driving through the desert.
Job opportunities are limited, mostly tourism, hospitality, and some seasonal work, but the experience is priceless.
The spiritual energy here is something else entirely. You'll find yourself stargazing in complete silence under some of the clearest skies on the planet, watching the sun paint Uluru in colors that don't exist anywhere else. The local Aboriginal art scene is incredible. Galleries where you can meet the artists and hear the stories behind thousand-year-old techniques. And those desert sunrises, they'll change your perspective on life.
Best time to visit is definitely April to September. Summer temperatures can hit 45 degrees Celsius. That's way too hot for most people.
Pros of Alice Springs: incredible outback experience, amazing landscapes, spiritual journey, unique culture. Cons: very isolated, limited job opportunities, extreme temperature.
Fun fact: Alice Springs has one of the most reliable water supplies in Australia, thanks to underground springs that have been flowing for thousands of years.
Adelaide, the city of churches, wine, and festivals. Adelaide is probably Australia's most underrated city for backpackers.
Adelaide is so walkable. The city center is surrounded by parklands, and you can get anywhere on foot or by bike.
The food scene is incredible. Central Market is a foodie paradise, and you're surrounded by wine regions Burrows Valley, Clare Valley, McLaren Vale. Plus, you've got Kangaroo Island right off the coast.
The backpacker scene is smaller, but really friendly. Adelaide Fringe Festival brings the city alive every year.
Jobs are available in hospitality, and there's heaps of seasonal work in the wine regions. Fruit picking, cellar work, tourism in the wine areas.
Adelaide has this secret weapon. It's like discovering a hidden gem that nobody talks about enough. The parklands create these perfect picnic spots where locals gather for wine and cheese sessions. Glenelg Beach has this retro tram that feels like time travel. And the hills are dotted with cellar doors, where winemakers invite you to try vintages that never make it to export. The German influence means incredible bakeries and this relaxed European cafe culture.
Adelaide has a Mediterranean climate, hot, dry summers, and mild winters. Best time to visit is March to May or September to November.
Pros of Adelaide: incredible food and wine culture, beautiful architecture, amazing festivals, walkable city surrounded by nature. Cons: smaller backpacker scene, not as internationally known, can feel quiet.
Here's a cool fact. Adelaide is Australia's only city completely surrounded by parklands. You're never more than a few minutes from green space.
Finally, Perth, the most isolated major city in the world. And honestly, that's part of its charm.
Perth has some of the most beautiful beaches in Australia. Hostel Beach is stunning, and you've got incredible sunset views over the Indian Ocean every single night.
And Kings Park is one of the largest inner city parks in the world. The views over the Swan River are incredible.
The backpacker scene in Perth is unique because it's so isolated. People tend to stay longer, the community is tight, and there's this amazing sense of adventure.
Right. And the job market is really strong because of the mining industry. Construction, hospitality, and mining support jobs are everywhere. The work culture here is intense, but supportive.
What blows people away about Perth is the scale of everything. You've got beaches that stretch for literally kilometers with nobody on them, Swan Valley wineries where you can cycle between tastings, and Fremantle's weekend markets buzzing with buskers and local artists. The isolation creates this amazing us against the world mentality. Everyone looks out for each other, and the sunsets over the Indian Ocean are legitimately therapeutic.
Perth has amazing weather: hot, dry summers and mild winters. Best time to visit is October to April for beach weather.
Pros of Perth: beautiful beaches, great job opportunities, unique experience, strong backpacker community. Cons: isolated from everywhere else, longer flights to get there, limited variety compared to East Coast cities.
Fun fact: Perth is closer to Jakarta, Indonesia than it is to Sydney. That's how isolated it really is.
All right, let's do some quick comparisons. Which city wins for nightlife?
Melbourne takes this one. The laneway bars, the live music scene, and the variety is unmatched.
Best beaches?
That's a tough one. Sydney for iconic beaches like Bondi, but Perth has the most consistently beautiful beaches.
For the most authentic Aussie experience.
Adelaide wins this hands down. Most relaxed vibe, incredible wine culture, and that European festival atmosphere where everyone actually talks to each other instead of just scrolling their phones.
Finding work?
Perth. The mining boom means tons of opportunities, especially if you're willing to do physical work. The work scene is dominated by resource industries, so there's always demand.
And for pure adventure?
Darwin or Alice Springs. These are the places where you'll have stories that nobody back home will believe.
So here's our final advice for backpackers. Don't just stick to Sydney and Melbourne. Yes, they're incredible, but Australia's other cities offer experiences you literally can't get anywhere else in the world.
Exactly. If you want a laid-back vibe with incredible wine culture, start in Adelaide or Brisbane. If you want culture and nightlife, head to Melbourne. If you want beaches and the classic Australian experience, Sydney's your place.
But if you want adventure and stories that'll last a lifetime, get yourself to Darwin or Alice Springs. And if you want year-round sunshine while enjoying incredible sunsets, Perth is calling your name.
That's a wrap on our Ultimate Australian City Guide. Drop a comment below telling us which city you're most excited to visit, or if you've been to any of these places, share your craziest story.
And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more backpacker content. We've got heaps more Australia guides coming your way.
See you in the next one, legends.